Welcome to Forget Me Not Alpacas. My name's Sandra Bannon, and these are our animals. I always wanted to live on a farm. Yeah. I was living in Newmarket and my daughter Denise was in Uxbridge, and she asked me one day, do you want to go to this open house for alpacas? And I said, sure. So we went to visit the open house, and I loved it. I was just so motivated and inspired by alpaca farming that I called her up a few weeks later and I said, I'm going to buy an alpaca. And she said, no, you're not going to buy an alpaca. I said, yeah, I am. Do you want to come or not? She said, of course I want to come. So we bought our first alpaca, which is Fergalicious. And Fergalicious was pregnant at the time. So after a month or so, there's not much you can do with a pregnant alpaca. We bought a couple more to take into shows with us. And we took them to the Alpaca Ontario show in Orangeville. And that was Tabitha and Abigail. And we won some ribbons with them and learned how to show up animals. And then we bought some more, and then we bred some more. And before you know it, we had to get our own farm because we were getting too big to keep boarding in Uxbridge. And that's when we started looking for a property and found this one here. At the time, it was just the house. So we had a barn built, and we built the fence, put up the fence ourselves. And it took us about a year, and then in October 5 years ago, we brought the alpacas here. And then when we decided to do the farming, we just found this place in Beaverton, and it was perfect for us. We liked the fact that the field was in front of the house, so that we could always see what was going on and be part of it. And we built the barn as close to the house as we could because we wanted to be totally immersed in the farm and always being able to come out and keep an eye on things and see what was going on any time of day or night. And you do end up coming out to your barn lots at night. So it's great to have it that close. When we purchased this property, it's 84 acres. And we're just, like I think I was mentioning before, we just absolutely love the space. We're trying to keep it as natural as possible. We have a path that goes through the woods that leads to a small pond that we can ice skate on in the winter. Alpacas are very gentle on the land. They when they eat grass, they just eat the tops. They nibble the tops off, not like, say, a horse or a cow rips it right out. They nibble the tops off of the grass. Also, alpacas have toes, not hoofs, so they don't like rip up the ground. And an alpaca poo, now that's the best fertilizer going. So alpaca poo is so gentle, you can you can just shovel it up and throw it on your flower garden. You don't even have to compost it. It's wonderful stuff. So yeah, from a sustainability and ecological point of view, alpacas are a wonderful livestock. Alpacas originated in South America, from primarily Chile and Peru. And at some point in the 80s, I believe, South America, they opened up the market for exporting alpacas. And that's when a lot of countries purchased them, and they were imported into Canada originally. So they've only been here, I think, 30 or 40 years. And it's taken off, though. It's a very popular type of farming. It's also they're also all over Europe now, and very big in Australia. This is Iris. Iris is our latest Great Pyrenees. She's a puppy. She's around 8 months old. We have 3 Great Pyres. We have a female Molly, who's 8 years old, and then we have a male, Apollo, and he's 6 years old. And now we have Iris. And one reason we got Iris now is because Molly's slowing down a bit and feeling her age. So this will be Molly's replacement once she's trained in about a year. fully trained. And basically when you get guardian dogs, the best way to do it is to have different age and different sex, and those are the ones that get along the best. Now the male will go out and he'll charge around the perimeter and protect that way, and the females basically fall back and stay with the herd and protect the herd while the male's out doing his thing. We have built this aisle for our Great Pyrenees that goes around the whole pasture, and at night the adults patrol. They're very good watchdogs. Then at night the adults patrol, and they'll just basically be a deterrent for any alpacas or bears or whatever they see out there by barking. Luckily for us, we only have one neighbor. Then there's no one else around, and so it doesn't seem to bother anyone. Great Pyrenees have been bred for thousands of years in the Pyrenees Mountains between Spain and France to guard sheep. And they were also raised to be very gentle around the village children. So they're actually a beautiful breed. They're very calm and majestic and loving and protective, and very people-friendly dogs. So we just love them, and they're a wonderful asset to the farm. In here, so it's easier to manage the animals in a smaller space. So we'll have like 3 or 4 boys in here. If we need to give them, we give them a shot of Ivamec once a month. So we would just give it to him right here. It's subcutaneous, so it's just in the skin. Hey buddy, it's okay, it's all right. So this is Triumph. Anyway, so when we go to a show, what the judges are looking for is 60% fleece and 40% conformation. Conformation, and now an alpaca should have a third, a third, a third. So the length of the neck should be the same as the back, should be the same as the legs. So a third, the proportions should all be the same. The judges are looking for, straight legs. They're looking for no overbite. So see, if you look at him, you can see his teeth kind of meet up with his gums, and they're looking for that. And then they're also checking the sexual reproduction organs, make sure they're all proper. And then they look for the fleece. So when they go inside, they look inside the fleece. Now this is just a few months growth because they were sheared in May, but they're looking for crimp, which is that little wavy part, but they're also looking for density, how many fibers there are per inch. They'll clip some of it out and they'll put it on their sleeve, and they'll look for fineness, because fineness is really probably the most important trait of alpaca fleece.
So hello, my name is Denise. I'm Sandra's daughter. I also work on the farm. And we have here one of our cria fleece. So this is Lulu's fleece. This is her blanket. So this is what comes off during the shearing process. And this is some of the best fleece that we use to produce our yarn. Unfortunately, cria fleece has a lot of hay and little bits that get stuck in it. So it takes a long time to clean, but it is some of the softest fleece that we get off of the animal. So as part of the process, we will go through the fleece, clean off all the little pieces, and also check it for length. So we want to have consistent length and consistent crimp when we're sorting it for the mill. This is some kind of messy fleece here, but usually around the edges, we get fleece that has a lot more crimp and a lot less hay and stuff in it. So this is some of the best fleece that you can get off an alpaca. Nice and soft, nice and long, with great crimp. And that will be sent to the mill once it's all cleaned and sorted and spun into yarn, which then we use to make our knit product.
Thank you very much for visiting our farm today. We hope you'll follow us on Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at forgetmenot.alpacas.ca. We'll be posting updates about when you can come on a farm tour again, or if you would like to contact us and visit our store, you can make an appointment with us for that as well. Thanks very much.
Bye.